Hello, my name's Taya. I'll be your dietitian today. What's your name?
Awesome. I'm Esteban.
Esteban. I remember you, Esteban.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while,
It
hasn't it?
has been a while.
Yeah.
Looking a little different. Looking good.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
So, it's been 3 years since your last visit. What's been going on in life?
Yeah. It has been a minute. I have been so busy with my life. I'm working pretty much the majority of the time. Little breaks, families, you know, also asking a lot of me all the time. So it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle. So I just like time flew and here we are.
Okay. How's your wife, Rebecca? She still driving you mad?
Yeah. Love her, but yeah, she's definitely doing that still. But couldn't live without her.
Okay. You said work's been getting to you. What's been going on?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the season, with sales and traveling and stuff like that. It's a lot, on the road a lot and missing the family, even though they drive me crazy. I still miss them and trying to balance all that. And, when I'm home, I want to rest, but it's kind of hard with kids and, a wife and stuff like that. She's very supportive, but it's definitely be a lot at times.
I hear that. I understand. How old are your kids now?
So Jason is 4 and Chelsea is 6.
Okay. Those are some ages.
They
They're ready
are.
to get into
They
some
are
stuff.
indeed. Yep. They're never not into something. So
Okay.
yeah, always gotta be on your toes.
So I do see that you came back to see me, and I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah. So the doctor said that I had some high numbers.
Mhm.
Unsure of like what that means exactly. He also told me that I needed to quit smoking, which I had. Well, I've cut back. I cannot, life is stressful and it's I know it's not the greatest habit, but there are worse out there. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
So I cut back slowly but surely. And he also told me to lose weight. Unfortunately, I did the opposite, and I have gained a little bit of weight. So, yeah.
Okay. First, how much have you cut back on your smoking?
So I used to do about 2 packs a day. I've cut back to 1, which I'm very proud of myself because that was a lot. That was a big jump, but we're at 1 now. So
That's a good start. You
Yeah.
said that life, work, kids, your wife was getting to you. So being able to make that small step, which is a huge step, actually, that's good.
I appreciate that. Thank you. A lot of hard work, but we got there.
Okay. So what do you want to focus on the most? In your charts, I see that your numbers, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your cholesterol is a little high. It's creeping up there, but nothing to be worried about. So which one would you like to focus on the most?
So many options. I'm unsure. What do you feel like would be most beneficial to start with? I mean, I'm unsure about like. I know he said some dietary changes would be beneficial, but I'm not really sure how beneficial what that even means about any of those numbers.
Okay. Do you know anything of the conditions at the moment?
I do not really know.
Okay. Would you like me to touch on each of them a little bit?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. So we'll start with the blood sugar. How much do you know about that?
Well, I know that there's sugar in blood. That's about it.
That's about it. Okay. The sweet and simple version of that is if it's a lot of sugar in your blood and it stays there for too long, then it could result in diabetes. That's just your insulin, your hormone that's opening up all of your cells to let the sugar in so it can be used for fuel. It's not working. So That could include you being a little dizzy or out of it or being fatigued. Have you been feeling any of those symptoms?
Yeah, now that you mention it, I definitely have, recently here and there, just like, running around and all of a sudden I just feel,
Stop.
yeah, like, oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay. We can come back to that to see how your sleep schedule has been going. How much do you know about your blood pressure?
Blood pressure, well, I know that it's a little high. I know that it's not great if it's high, consistently,
Mm-hmm.
but that's about it. I'm unsure about like the technicalities, I guess, of it, like what exactly it means.
Okay. I do first want to ask how much do you know about cholesterol? 'Cause I'm going to tie those two together.
Well, I know, like, you want to limit your amount of cholesterol. I know it can be beneficial, and too much could not be beneficial. Um, I know it can be in kind of like some fatty foods and stuff like that, but it's what makes it taste good.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
That's about it.
Okay. So for your blood pressure, it means that your heart is struggling to push out the blood through your arteries. And things like the fatty foods, it could cause plaques within those arteries, which make it even harder for your blood to go through. And blood carries oxygen throughout your body for you, so you can breathe, basically. So all of these conditions, yes, they are concerning, but because you're at the little bit of high, that's something that we can switch around really quick if you're open to that.
Yeah, as long as it's like, no major changes. Already the 2 to 1, pack a day was a lot. So as long as, we're okay with little bit of a change, I could probably manage that.
Okay, so that was one change. Um, how has your meals been?
My meals have been fast.
Fast.
Since I'm on the road a lot, I like to just don't really have a whole lot of time, so I'll run by like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's and grab like a burger and fries. Like if I go to McDonald's, or I'll get just like a number 2 deluxe at Chick-fil-A with some cheese, and I'll get like a slice of lettuce. Heavy on the pickles because I love pickles, so definitely those extra pickles. And then a side of fries.
Okay.
And sometimes dinner looks like that too, depending on how long of the day, that's been happening at work. But when, of course, I'm home, like my wife, she'll make some good home cooked meals, some hearty good home cooked meals. And now it's chili season, so looking forward to that. Big bowl of chili with some sour cream and cheese. Yeah, that's my go-to.
I do love some chili, especially when it's cold outside. So that's a good choice. So, what is your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? I'd probably have to go with Zaxby's, even though I didn't mention that previously.
Yeah.
That was also another option. I love their sauce. Zax sauce is the bomb. I will pay 25 cents for the sauce.
Okay. What is your normal meal there?
I'll usually get, I think it's called the Big Zax snack meal or whatever. It comes with like 5 chicken fingers, fries, and I think like a small thing of coleslaw.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll get a couple things of sauce because it's delicious.
That does sound like a good meal.
Yeah, and it seems to like hold me over for a while. I feel like sometimes I'll go a little bit without.
Okay. How often do you get this meal throughout your day or throughout your week?
Probably 3 times a week, average.
Okay. And how does it usually make you feel?
Well, great at first, until I finish, and then I definitely get the itis a little bit. I get a little tired. So yeah, definitely a little sluggish after I finish the meal. But I just power through because I got more work to do.
So what I'm hearing is when you're eating these meals or your favorite meal from Zaxby's, you're feeling a little sluggish. Is that a feeling that you want to continue, even though you got a lot of work to keep going throughout your day?
Yeah, no, it really is not. It really does not help me with my job.
Okay. So what do you think would help you to feel more energized for work?
Well, I'd probably have to like switch it to a salad or something lighter, but honestly, that sounds horrible because lettuce just does not sound appealing. And you know, when you have fried chicken and Zax sauce, you know, I'm not sure if Zax sauce and lettuce will go well together. So, and I don't know if that would even hold me over either. You know,
Okay.
get me through to the next meal, whenever that would be.
Okay. What options on the menu do you think would be appealing for you that has a little bit of lettuce? Because I did hear when you did your number 2 deluxe from Chick-fil-A, you added a little lettuce, so you're not opposed to lettuce.
No, yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to it. I don't want it to be the main character for sure. I mean, I have the coleslaw, you know, even though it's like a little bit, that's lettucey,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it's
Um,
within there.
I mean, I guess I do have the side salads, I think.
Do that.
I want to say they do. I don't know. I don't really look that at the side of the menu the whole, you know, a lot. So, I mean, maybe I could like trade that out for the fries or something and have the salad instead.
That sounds like a good start, but it looks like you're not too confident. You're a little.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd be willing to try it. Maybe at least one time to see. Yeah, you gotta try it at least one time to see if you like it. I just like have never really enjoyed salads like that. So, but if there's a dressing, I guess that I might like, I could give it a whirl.
Okay. Since you don't like salads that much, on a scale from 1 to 10, how willing are you to incorporate it within your Zaxby's meal after we leave here today?
I would say probably 6.
6, okay. A 6, why not a 7?
Why not a 7? Well, I'm afraid I'm not gonna like it, and then I just, you know, I'm gonna be hungry or something. I won't be able to do my job fully or well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, if you're afraid that you're not gonna like it, what other vegetable tickles your fancy?
Uh, I mean, I like carrots. Carrots are good. I don't know if they had that as nice ones. They don't really have a whole lot of vegetable options.
Okay. Are you open to having a little side packet for yourself of vegetables? So you say you like carrots.
That's true. I could like bring my vegetables with me, and I feel like carrots hold pretty well. So if like I have them in a bag for a few hours during the day, it wouldn't be so bad. I could try that.
Okay. How confident are you with incorporating that?
I feel like an 8. Yeah, we pretty much have carrots in the fridge a lot. So, you know, just throwing that in a bag, or just taking the whole bag of carrots, honestly, I could just do that maybe.
Yeah, you sound really confident in that. Okay. You
Yeah.
said an 8, why not a 7 for that one?
Well, like I said, I mean, we have carrots around very often, so it wouldn't be difficult to, you know, throw in a bag, and like they will probably hold well. I feel like maybe in a little cooler bag, and they're just already in a bag too. Sometimes so I can just like, and they have like those Ziploc, like ready to some of those too. So yeah, we pack them for our kids. I don't know why I don't think about packing them for myself.
Yeah, sometimes we focus on everyone else but ourselves. But you even coming back within these 3 years show that you do care about yourself and your health moving forward.
Yeah, I do. You know, I want to be there for my kids and my wife as long as I can. And if this is what it takes, then I'm willing to do that.
good to hear. Well, I do have another question that is off the topic of nutrition. How is your physical activity?
Ooh, non-existent.
Non-existent.
Yeah. I'm so busy. Well, I mean, I do play around with kids and stuff sometimes when I'm home. But I'm usually pretty tired. I just kind of, I'll play for a few minutes and then let them continue to play by themselves.
What do your kids usually like to play?
They like to play hide and seek. That's a pretty fun one to do pretty much anywhere. They like to throw, a little ball around sometimes. So they're not great throwers, so they do make me run a little bit sometimes. That usually wears me out.
How often do you play with them throughout the week?
When I'm home, I'm usually home most of the time during the month. I would probably say about five times a week.
Okay. 5 times a week? You just told me your physical activity was non-existent.
Yeah, but it's only like 5-10 minutes. It's nothing crazy because I'm usually just like tired and exhausted by that time.
5 to 10 minutes can make a huge difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say that's a good start.
Cool.
So you can keep going on with that.
Okay, I think that's manageable.
Okay. So can you tell me, have you had any family history with the conditions that you have today?
I mean, I know my dad, he had some hypertension, like high blood pressure issues off and on most of his older life, I guess. But other than that, I think that's really all I know about.
Okay. So that's good. Do you have any past medical history that you'd like to discuss?
No, I mean, besides what's going on now, I feel like I haven't had really any other issues going on.
And throughout your meals as well, what do you consume? For beverages?
Okay. Well, let's see, I always start the day with coffee, because I need it, caffeine. And then sometimes I'll grab another energy drink, like midday. I'm feeling extra tired. And then I'll have like a couple bottles of water, 2 to 3 maybe throughout the day.
Okay. It's really good. Are your bottles of water spread out throughout your meals?
Yeah, I kind of have one on hand typically sometimes, most times, especially if I'm out of town or traveling for work. It can sometimes be a little difficult, but so convenient to have the water bottles, on hand. So yeah, pretty easy.
That's good. How often do you travel for work?
I will travel typically 2 to 3 weeks out of the month. Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, they're not like traveling across the state or anything. Like usually they're a few hour drives.
Okay. So you usually come back home at the end of your day?
Yeah, most of the weeks. There are a few, of those weeks that I am like gone for the entire week.
Has that had any effect on your sleep or your family time?
I mean, absolutely, yeah. I definitely feel like when I'm on the road and when I'm sleeping at hotels. Some hotel, beds are pretty comfy, but nothing like, the bed at home, sleeping in my own bed and my own space and stuff like that. And, being with my family also is beneficial for just stress relieving and being able to get the sleep.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you're constantly busy, you're constantly tired, you're on the road for half of the month, um, and you only get a little bit of time with your kids and your family, and even in your own bed. And to stay nourished, you're eating mostly fast food. Do you have a goal that you want to reach by the end of this session?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'd like to have more energy. Definitely want to see if I can get those numbers down, I guess, since they're a little high. I know it's not too worrisome, but obviously I don't want them to get worse. So, yeah, if there's any way that you feel like I could still eat fairly normally, still making sure I'm, not starving myself with not eating enough, I guess, throughout the day. But you mentioned the carrot thing, so that's something that I'll be willing to try.
Is carrots the only thing that you want to incorporate, or is there something more that you want?
I don't know what else would hold well. Is there anything that you know of that might be something that would work?
Well, because you're on the road so much and it's throughout the entire day, I do have some recommendations if you would like to hear.
Absolutely.
So, because you're eating at restaurants typically have a menu item that could cater to something that would sit well with your stomach, that is reduced in sugar or low in sodium. There's always option choices. For example, at Chick-fil-A, you can ask for a grill version, a low sodium fry, or alternative salad instead of the fry. How does that sound?
I mean, that sounds good. I would like to be able to still have fries, so knowing I could maybe do like a lower sodium version um, would be helpful, I feel like. But what is it about the sodium though? I know that sodium impacts it, but I'm not exactly sure like how.
Okay, so sodium with like your blood pressure, for example, it increases the blood vessels and your arteries are like tightening. So if your blood vessels are gigantic and it's trying to move through like a closed space, then it's gonna struggle a little bit. Okay, so we're trying to get rid of the sodium because sodium attracts water, making those blood vessels increase to make sure that we decrease our size of blood cells so you have an easy flow of everything in your body.
Yeah, I mean, I could try the no sodium version. But what if I ask and then sometimes they like just forget?
You can always try it and tell them, I said no salt on my fries.
All right.
Right.
Get that.
Can you walk me through some changes that you feel like you can incorporate throughout your meals?
So the carrot thing, having some carrots on hand. And then trying the no salt fries, or even another vegetable. What about fruits? Are fruits?
Yeah, definitely
Because
can.
I know they have apples, and I like apples.
Okay.
I might be able to incorporate apples. If I could have fries and apples, it'd be perfect.
Okay. How many times do you want to incorporate apples?
Well, I feel like at least give me one try to see how I like it. I mean, I could maybe give it a couple times. Like twice.
Out of the week?
Twice a week, yeah. Maybe.
Like I'm speeding up, saying twice
yeah,
a day.
Yeah, oh, let's slow it down there, yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. So, how do you feel like your change in meals would affect your schedule now since you're a busy worker and you're always on the road?
Well, I mean, the fast food, like, it'll be there, that's no issue. I think it's definitely not forgetting my carrots. Um, and so that'll be something that I'll need to, sorry. Um, that'll be something, I just need to maybe set a reminder or something, because, the kids will be pulling on my shirt, I'll get distracted super easily, so, I need to make sure I pack
Okay.
carrots.
So, do you feel like those are too many goals, or have you narrowed on exactly what you want to take away from today's session?
I don't think that's too many. Like I said, when I go order from the restaurant, like I guess I just have to remember to have to order the apples or order the no salt fries. But that's a lot easier to do than, to have to
Completely
actively,
changing everything.
yeah, and to pack stuff. So I feel like, those are small, those are decent.
Okay. How will you be able to measure your progress?
How will I be able to measure my progress? Well, I mean, as long as I can do it at least the 2 times, I feel like maybe I can write it down or yeah, I guess I can write it down somewhere like in my notes in my phone, make sure I checked off 2 apples a week.
Will that also be carrots, or will carrots be every single day?
Oh, carrots.
Yeah.
Carrots. I'll give it a shot. I mean, I can also do that maybe 2 days per week. Too.
That sounds good. So we've locked in that you'll have carrots 2 times a week, along with apples 2 times a week to incorporate your fruit and vegetable content. On a scale from 1 to 10, how comfortable are you with adding that?
I mean, I'm an 8. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with that. It's not shifting around my food stuffs. I still sound like I get to eat what I enjoy. Just incorporating a little bit more into it. But with that though, if I'm adding more, how would I lose weight?
Making those small changes with your fruits and vegetables is a great start to losing weight, because instead of you consuming more high caloric meals, you'll start having more nutrient dense meals to reduce your high caloric intake.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you have any obstacles that you see yourself facing?
I mean, I just hope that I can enjoy the apples, enjoy making these changes, and hopefully that will be beneficial. I don't want to do it and not enjoy it. So, and gain more weight or whatever, I don't feel like there's not really any obstacles, I feel like.
Okay. I do have one more suggestion if you're open to it.
Yeah.
You are concerned a lot about the feeling and the flavor of the food, and with the incorporation of the 2 apples and the carrots, how would you feel about including like a journal about how you feel with what you're eating, so you can also keep track of the meals as well as if it's something that you want to keep going on?
I don't know if a journal is something I could do. I've never really been a journaler, and that seems like a little extra time and effort that I don't feel like I really have.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I appreciate the suggestion.
Okay. So we can close up the session if you're ready. If you have any more questions, let me know, and we can set up a time. Hopefully it's not 3 years later.
I'll do my best. Time flies, I can't help it. But yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
Is a month or 3 months later down the road good for you?
Yeah, I'd probably maybe 3 months.
3 months.
Getting into the holiday season, so get through that.
I got you locked in for the first Monday and then 3 months.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So nice to see you again, Esteban.
All right. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Incredible.